Over the past few weeks, I've made it my mission to binge through certain shows that I haven't had a chance to watch yet. The Expanse was one of them. Once I finished with that, I moved on to another show on Netflix called Sex Education. There are currently 3 seasons with a 4th on the way at some point in the future. It's about the residents of a town in England and the 6th form students that go to the high school. As the title suggests, a large emphasis is on the sexual adventures and escapades that everyone gets on in and out of school. It's a comedy drama, although I think it's much closer to being a drama than a comedy, and overall, I like it. I think it's a good show. Of the first 3 seasons, I think the first one is the best. The first season seems to have a much clearer goal and focus. Otis, the son of a sex therapist, teams up with Maeve, a loner girl, to deliver some much needed sexual advice to the other students. For a cost, of course. The second season pushes things further with Otis's mother entering the fray and becoming a therapist of sorts at the school. The result is that Otis and Maeve's scheme comes to an end. Then in the third season, a new head teacher arrives. Things get much stricter and more conservative, and there's a lot of romantic relationship talk with a bunch of back and forth will-they won't-they stuff going on. All 3 seasons are good, but I do prefer the first one just a little bit more than the other 2. The show is very good looking. It has an oversaturated tone to it, making the colours pop and appear very vibrant. It gives everything a summery look and a feel, and it makes it very welcoming and comforting, despite the topic and focus on sex, which isn't always presented in such a way. It's cool. Make that stuff more accessible and normalize it. I think that's the overall message of the show and its larger purpose. Make this stuff normal. The cast is fantastic, even if pretty much everyone looks about 10 years too old to play the characters they're playing, but the acting is great across the board. Maeve is very smart and likeable and a little cool. Otis is charming but awkward. He reminds me of someone. Can't quite put my finger on who it is. Ncuti Gatwa, I'm hopefully pronouncing that right, is good as the loud and energetic and fun best friend. He's also playing the next Doctor, and I totally see why. He has a very fun energy and vibe to him, and I think he'll be great in that show. My favourite is probably Amy, played by Amy Lou Woods, who recently showed up in Living, a pretty good movie. I think she's fantastic in this show as a somewhat eccentric, bubbly character who goes through a pretty traumatic experience. Reading up on it, it looks like a lot of the cast are either leaving the show or have left the show with the upcoming 4th season. That's a shame. I wouldn't be surprised if the 4th season will be its last, or if we're heading that way. I don't think the show should go on forever. 4 seasons sound about right to me. But if certain cast members are gone or are leaving, it could radically change the appeal of the show. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about was the show's setting and time period. It's set in England, in the modern day. Yet there are vehicles and technology that suggest it's from 30 years ago. And the colours and costumes and clothes and overall sets of some homes look like it was in the 70s. It's odd, but cool, giving the show a very quirky, unusual look. I don't really know what that is. Do they want it to be timeless? What's the greater purpose or behind it all? I'm really not sure. My film studies education is a little lost on this one, unless it is just to make it seem timeless. The other thing of note is the school itself. This is not an English school. It's actually really funny and frustrating all at the same time. The way the school looks and runs is completely different from an English school. Now, I'm 31, so I haven't admittedly been to school in a while, but the school in this show is very American. The use of lockers in corridors or sports jackets and jerseys is all American and not English. Lockers, I think, do exist in some schools now though, that's worth saying, but not quite in the same way that they exist in American schools. The jerseys and sport jackets though, they aren't a thing in the UK. Once we get into the classrooms, things are a little better. They have real English desks and class setups, not those classic American one-person desk seat combos things, so that's good. But there are other Americanization elements too, like the tannoy system. That's not in our schools, or it wasn't when I was in school. As for the uniforms, it's accurate that in 6th form, students don't have to wear school uniform. In Season 3, a new head teacher comes along and forces uniforms on the students. That's also an accurate thing. The sixth form uniform thing is a luxury, one that the school can change. So I like that touch. It was threatened on me and my sixth form at one point. But where are the other students? Where are the students who aren't in sixth form? They should be there. They should also be in uniform, not normal clothes. That's a legal requirement. This could be a sixth form exclusive college or high school. Those do exist, but it doesn't appear to be one of them. It looks like a fairly normal high school with a sixth form division. So where are the younger students with their uniforms? Anyway, I'm getting nitpicky here, but the representation of school is distracting to me, as is the unclear time period. Overall though, Sex Education is a good show, and I'm curious to see the upcoming 4th season because it may be quite different, with Maeve and Eric leaving, as well as some others like Ola and Lily. So, let me know what you think of Sex Education and provide your own topics of talk in the comments down below. Otherwise, follow me at _GrantBurton and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And supply your own topics of talk as well if you want in the comments. Until next time though, thanks for watching.